One of the best ways to enjoy board games is playing all by yourself. Hence, here are my top 10 solo board games of all time, as of January 2026. Next month might be something different. Just ask me. Number 10 on my list is Warp's Edge, which is a solo-only, light deck-building game about time travel. You fly in your spaceship, but suddenly you're ambushed by the enemy, and that enemy outright kills you. But what is this? A time loop? You come back, but you know what you're facing this time. But each time you come back through that loop, you get stronger and stronger. The only way to win the game and break out of the loop is by destroying the mothership. There are different motherships with different rules, and each time it's challenging. This is a bag building game. What that means is you'll be pulling out tokens out of your bag and using them, for example, to destroy the enemy or outmaneuver it. When you pull out the last token out of your bag, the warp ends and you have only a limited amount of warps to destroy the mothership. Each time you defeat an enemy, you will get a reward that you will add to your bag later on, but a new enemy will take its place. So this little bag building game has a lot of variety. There are different bad guys to fight, there are different ships you can play, there's actually a story of why all of this is happening, and you can build your bag between warps any way you want, with skill cards and new tokens. This is a quick, simple game that it's easy to reach for and play, because it doesn't take a lot of time and not a lot of space. No pun intended. But my number 10th game, 9th game, I knew that it's 9th game, is about exploring seas. The Guild of Merchant Explorers is definitely the longest name on this list, but it is a very light game for 1 to 4 players. Obviously, I've played most solo. The Queen has given you an objective to explore as much of the land as possible. You are the Guild of Merchant Explorers, which does what? Explores and merchants. Wait, that doesn't work. You're gonna trade with different settlements, you will explore ruins, you will explore towers, and all of that will give you points. Each round a card is revealed, which tells you where you can explore. For example, now I can explore on a mountain space and get that sweet, sweet victory point. You get victory points by exploring spaces on the board, but also completing objectives. And usually you compete with other players with these. But if you play solo, not much is different. One of the coolest things I love about this game are the Explorer cards. You will get those from time to time, and then that will give you a special ability. Because once this card is opened, I get to trigger my first special ability. So I kind of build the exploration deck for myself. Generally, this already is a solo game, multiplayer solo game, so not much changes from playing alone, except that you don't have to wait on anybody, and you are the best company you can have. Just like the next game on our list, number 8, Finspan. Finspan is a sequel to Wyrmspan that is sequel to Wingspan, which is medium light and for 1 to 5 players. Obviously, 1 is the one that matters. 1 is the one that matters. Welcome to the world of fish. You'll get to research and observe them. You are a marine researcher diving into the depths and researching fish. Researching fish will give you victory points. Earn as much as you can to become the greatest marine researcher in the world. One of the coolest things about this game is how you pay for the fish to place them on your ocean mat. By paying with other fish. So to play this, I need 3 cards, discard it. No, I get to play it. But which cards discard? Maybe I should have kept one of those. It's too late. Oh, choices. Instead of playing a fish card, you can dive, and when you dive, you get to use abilities of all of your previously played fish. When playing solo, you play against the bot. The bot doesn't have its own mat. All you need is a little deck of cards. On bot's turn, all he will do will turn over the card and see what he can do. Oh, he has 3 fish, so he can turn them into a fish school. Why Finspan is in this top 10? Because it's easy to run when playing against the bot. Just flip a card. And I love the choice of, so I want to play this card. Which card do I? I'll discard these 2 cards. Maybe I should. Such nice crunchy choices. Finspan is my favorite span game. It's easy to run, quick to play, and nice crunchy choices. I guess I really love fish. What I like more than fish is Vantage. My number 7th game on the list, Vantage, is a 1 to 6 player choose-your-own-adventure game which takes around an hour, maybe more, maybe less. And yes, it's 1 to 6, but it's mostly solo. In Vantage, you are exploring a planet. It's a choose-your-own-adventure game where you get to explore a lot of locations. Like, a lot of locations. You in your spaceship have followed the mysterious traveler to this planet. When suddenly everything goes wrong and you need to evacuate the ship, then you land on this planet in a weird location. You do have a mission that you need to complete, but why you're really here is a mystery. When you're landing on the planet for the first time, you will roll 2 dice that will tell you where you need to land. When you land there, you'll have actions to do. For example, here, if I decide to take the scan action, I will have to look in the purple book and look for the paragraph and read it and see what happens. When you do the action, you will roll the challenge dice that will make you lose some of the resources. If you lose all the resources, you might die. But you always succeed at the action. But you might die. But succeed, die. Succeed, die. So this game does one of the best things Choose Your Adventures games can do is don't make you go back to the beginning. Even if you lose, you can restart. That is very cool. So Vantage fixed one of the longest problems with Choose Your Own Adventure games. That's why I love it. It's a perfect solo game when you have a little bit of time to explore. But if you also want to explore something entirely different, how about history of Comancheria? Comancheria is a solo-only war game that might take up to a whole day to play, depending on the scenario. Welcome to the southern plains of USA, where you will be playing the people of Comancheria and going through their whole history. As Comanche people, you'll be fighting other tribes, you'll be trading and hunting. During the game, you'll be going through different periods of Comanche people, and each period has a victory condition. If you complete it, you move on to the next one. If you don't, you lose. Well, Comanche people lose, but you're responsible. Your tribe starts out here on the board. Each time you want to do actions, you will use your bands. So those bands are the ones doing all the hunting on the board and fighting. During the game, you will have development cards in play with different events that change the way you play. Also, you can get culture cards that give you different abilities. This game almost feels like an interactive history book. I watched a TV series called 1883, which is a prequel to Yellowstone, and there were Comanche people in there, and I thought, they look exciting. Is there a game about it? There it is. I don't mind the linear structure of this game because it gives me a full insight into the Comanche people. Another game that gives me a full insight to something is Vietnam War with Purple Haze. Purple Haze is a solo choose-your-own-adventure campaign game that takes around 3 hours per session. Welcome to the first choose-your-own-adventure war game that I've ever played. In Purple Haze, you're playing a squad leader trying to get your squad out alive.
This guy looks really cool.
He died.
Oh, and this guy?
Blew up on the mine.
This?
Got captured.
This?
Went insane.
So you're not very good at this, right?
Let's move on to the next segment. Before each game, you will get a mission, and there are 9 missions to complete throughout the campaign. Each mission will tell you where you start and what your objectives are, and each time you get to an objective, you will read it in the mission booklet. Each time you get to an objective, you will have to read the story segment, and it will give you choices to make. Sometimes you will encounter the enemy, and when that happens, the combat starts. Wouldn't be a war game without that, would it? During the combat, you will switch to this board, where your squad will be placed, you will have enemy, you will use action points to shoot, call out art strikes, and try to defeat the enemy. And most importantly, get out alive. This game is a unique mix between a choose-your-own-adventure game and a war game, and it does have some tough choices to make. I think this game does what it set out to do. Every time I have a chance to pull out my squad and finish the mission, I do. I'm just afraid for them. I don't want them to die. Another place where I really don't want to die is the 7th Citadel. 7th Citadel. 7th Citadel is a campaign game for 1 to 4 players that takes around 3 hours. Depends on the session. And it's medium weight. Physically, it's heavy. Rules-wise, medium. 7th Citadel happens in a very weird world where there are worms that dig up the earth and destroy buildings, and then there are trees that need blood as fertilizers, and you are one of those gardeners. Hello. You wake up in the Citadel where you've been working as a gardener all your life, and suddenly the Citadel is destroyed and you can try to escape. The game comes with 3 different scenarios. The first one is called The Beginning. Each scenario has their own objectives and tasks you need to complete. Most of the action happens here on the board that you create yourself. For example, I want to explore what's here. It's a bridge. I wonder what we can find there. During the game, you will look through all of these cards and encounter weird places or weird things. This is also a choose-your-own-adventure game where you will choose your own adventure. This is not a one-session game. You will explore areas around the whole continent, And in between those sessions, you will develop your community. You will build buildings, you will discover technologies. It's almost a survival campaign, choose your own adventure game. It's great. This is a sequel to a game called Seventh Continent, which had a lot of issues for me. You could lose and then you had to restart the whole thing. But here, you don't have to. And you can also stop the session whenever you feel like it. One thing that I cannot stop is talking about the best solo games. And the next on the list is Final Girl. Final Girl is a solo-only slasher game that takes less than an hour to play. Well, you're not killing, you're actually trying not to get killed. Does that make sense? This is you killing, this is you not killing. Makes sense. In Final Girl, you're picking your favorite scary movie and trying to survive in it. Playing Final Girl feels almost like taking your favorite VHS tape, putting it in, and watching your favorite scary movie. Actually being in it. Like the name implies, you're playing the Final Girl, trying to kill the killer. Why you're doing this? Because if you run out of life points, you die. During your turn, you will play action cards to roll dice, and if you succeed, get to resolve that action. Those actions will let you move around the board, save victims, and attack the killer. The best part of this game is reliving through your favorite horror movies. Obviously, it's not called The Thing or Alien, but you know they're based on it. And those are my favorite sci-fi movies and horror movies, and I get to be the final girl in them? Great! Yes, Final Girl does have a lot of random, but I don't mind the emerging storytelling, even if I die 9 out of 10 times. It's a quick game, but the next one might not be as quick. Or light. Fields of Fire is a solo-only heavy, like super heavy war game. It's one of the heaviest games, if not the heaviest game I've ever played. In Fields of Fire, you're going through one of the campaigns, guiding your troops through different missions. First unique thing about this game is the board, which consists of cards, which creates a huge replayability. Each campaign comes with its own unique deck of cards, which includes unique terrain, rules, and of course, troops. This leader can only give commands to the people he sees because they're on the same terrain. If he wants to give orders to someone else, he needs to call them. Hello? Hello, is this Bill? Would you mind attacking? Sure, no problem. When you want to give an action to your troop, it's almost like ordering at a fancy restaurant. I'll have moved an adjacent card as a main dish and with the side of a detached team. Thank you very much. When you do an action, you will draw a card that will tell you how the action succeeds, when the action succeeds, and if the action succeeds. This game has an insane amount of replayability. Look at all the campaigns, then each of those decks and terrains, all of those counters in between missions. You can upgrade your troops. Whoa! I tried this game first when it came out many years ago and I just couldn't get into it. But now the deluxe version has perfect introduction in scenarios. But another perfect game is my number one. Best game, best solo game of all time. For me. I mean, because it's my video. Star Trek Captain's Chair is a heavy game for 1 to 2 players. And heavy because of the decisions. I never knew that traveling in space has so many decisions. Congratulations, you are the captain now of your own spaceship. What does the captain do with his own spaceship? The goal is to get the most victory points, and you get those by carrying cargo, meeting new allies, meeting new people, and of course, discovering new planets. This is a deck building game. You will draw cards from your deck and play those cards. Easy, right? Except it's not, because each of the cards can have multiple actions, so which one do I use? The first one, the second one, the third one? The third one is for free, but the first 2 cost an action point. I'll go with the first one. No, wait! I'll discard it for a different effect entirely. This game can be played solo or with 2 players. I played only solo. And each of the captains here has a different ability, different deck, so much replayability. Remember a previous game when I said it has a lot of replayability? This one's off the charts. Usually I don't like games with beat your own score, but the first 5 times I played, I only played with the bot, the simple version, just with this captain, trying to go, I can do it better, I can do it better, I can do it better! This game takes choices to the final frontier and even further. So many decisions, so many cards, and the replay value is off the charts. Even better than Star Wars. I said it. Oh wait, before you go, what's your favorite solo war game? Or solo game in general, okay? Leave it in comments and see you next time. Now go. Oh, you want to know more about solo games? There's another video from JT that has tons of great games that I didn't include in this video because he already did.